get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it, then I'm never going back. Get it, then I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it, then I'm never going back. Get it, then I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it, then I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it, then I'm never going. I get to it off the runway. Different incomes, not one way. Living life on a one way. I knew this would happen someday. You can ask my day one day. Cloudy days turn to sun rays. Only way to way up way. Know my way, know my feng shui. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it, then I'm never going back. Get it, then I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it, then I'm never going back. Get it, then I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it, then I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it, then I'm never going. Different summer, different car keys. I'm the life of the party. Might buy a bike like a Harley. Totally do so gnarly. God got me, can't harm me. I got armor and an army. Battle scars, battle smartly. Just forever like a Sharpie. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it, then I'm never going back. Get it, then I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it, then I'm never going back. Get it, then I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it, then I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it, then I'm never going. 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 Never going. I press the button and the doors go up. Whoa, that money clip us now, the new now looks like. Whoa, upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like. Whoa, 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 whoa. I hit record a drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always boarding. Just out touring down in Charlotte like I play for Hornets. When I'm performing, never boring, now you can't afford it. Champagne Perrier, finished friends on my face. Looking like I'm from the deep, these no Cartiers. Pockets deep, 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 bro. I can make it in my seat, bro. Do you, I'm doing me, bro. Making noise, use a beat, bro. Whoa, I press the button and the doors go up like. Whoa, that money clip us now, the new now looks like. Whoa, upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like. Whoa, 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 whoa. Neighborhood on the scene, neighborhood on the strip. Neighborhood be the name, neighborhood no crib. Neighborhood that's me, neighborhood that's Nick. Neighborhood do the dance, neighborhood do the deal. Okay, thought I'd never make it like no way. I'm the real deal, no role play. My days off, that's no days. No, I hustle hard, young rose. E be the shooter, that's cold case. L's on the deals, that's brose. Got no pay, on no say. Okay, this the news, tell them read it. Been the one since the fetus. Don't sleep on me, Tempur-Pedic. That's a no, no, no. Spending dope for no reason. Got a ball head, Mr. Cleaner. Heard the big bags overseas, then we gon' go, go, go. Whoa, I press the button and the doors go up like. Whoa, that money clip us now, the new now looks like. Whoa, upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like. Whoa, 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 whoa. I press the button and the doors go up like. Whoa, that money clip us now, the new now looks like. Whoa, upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like. Whoa, 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 whoa. Should've known that it was obvious. Should've read between the lines. Caught the eyes of the audience. Played your game where the rules do not apply. Now I see when it's out in the light. And I'm leaving your life behind. Now I see that you're out of my life. I don't need you. Every day we had another fight. I was far too blind to realize that our love had got out of control. Should've known I was better off alone. Now I see when it's out in the light. And I'm leaving your love behind. Now I see that you're out of my life. I don't need you.
And we're away!
A very good evening to everybody in the stream and welcome to the Silverstone 12-hour qualifying session. With me this evening is David Bender McNulty and Thomas Preach. Riley, how are we, chaps?
Right, thanks, Hobbsy. Oh,
I was going to say I couldn't hear you there, and I saw you lighting up, Thomas. I was like, oh, I better jump in, but you got
that's a great start.
work.
So, Silverstone 12-hour, of course, is tomorrow, but of course, we've got the qualifying sessions to get through first for the three classes, Am, Pro Am, and Pro. So we've got the Am coming up first. What are our thoughts on Silverstone?
I think it's a great track. Doesn't matter what you're driving, whether it's GT3 cars, F1 cars, motorbikes, anything in between. It's just got a great flow to it, and there's plenty of overtaking opportunities, but also really technical sections where you feel as a driver that, yeah, you can make a difference.
Yeah, I quite like it. It's certainly a challenging track, and I think certain cars will be stronger here. Obviously, there's quite a few McLarens in the list. A couple of the new M4s, but I think it's going to be a wide open race tomorrow if you exclude the obvious favourites. That 999 car.
Yeah. Well, we're underway for qualifying at the moment. 20 minutes for each of the three classes. Only 4 AM cars. I did just do a quick check, unless I can't count. So nice and quiet, nice clean air. This is Joe Williams, I do believe, in car number 2. Which team's yours, Bender?
Car number 1.
Oh,
so
car
Robert,
1.
Robert Wenzel's out there.
Big things. Got to do some big things in car 1, mate.
Oh, it's just gone off the old meme. So for those who remember the F1 broadcast, team first name, team last name, when the broadcaster graphics glitched, that's what we've stuck with for a couple of years now.
I certainly think that 842 could be in for a good qualifying, though. The Mobile Blue Flags, of course, their last time they'll run the M6. I believe they're going to stay as a team but run the M4 next season. Or next year, anyway.
Yeah, I think it's great when you've got the same group of people, roughly, that want to do several events. I mean, for those of us in cars 1 and 2, we've done, I don't know, however many it is now since the first special event. Just go out, have a bash, but with mates, just have a bit of fun. There's often all of us, or more of us in the one team speak than there are in the stewards team speak. Just having a laugh and driving along. But that's what these events are about, I think.
Yeah, I think that's I think that's a mentality that I'm going to go in with the 717 car tomorrow. Just go and have some fun, see how we go. I don't think we're quite there on pace in Pro-Am, but we'll certainly give it our best shot. Try and stay out of trouble, make some spots up.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, one thing I have just thought about that we haven't mentioned yet is I think for the first time, I could be wrong on this, and I'm sure you'll correct me, Bender, because you're the facts man. This is the first event we've had, first special event, I should say, first event in general, I think, with ballast on the cars, if I can recall correctly.
Yes, that is correct. If assuming you exclude, birthday events and fun events, where we just
of course, yes, yeah. First serious event.
First serious event, yep.
Yes, so I believe, off the top of my head, the McLaren's got 30 kilos of ballast. The M4 has also got 30, even though I wish it had more because it's ridiculous. The Mercedes has got 10. I don't think there's any Mercs on the grid. The Bentley's got 10. Porsche has 10. And I think that's it for ballast-wise. So, yeah, go on. No, I don't. They might have 10 as well. On board here with Joe Williams, who's in the McLaren with that 30 kilos of ballast, just coming around to the Wilmington Straight down towards the final corners of the GT3 circuit. I'm sure it throws everyone off at the moment. There we go, there's the ballasts. So the Aston does have 10 kilos. That's what I thought. So it just gives you a bit of an idea of the teams there as well, if you don't quite know what the entry list was. as Joe comes in the final corner. Left field coming down front straight for the GT3 circuit. I think it's going to be maybe a 2-minute 1. Let's see what it is. It is 2-minute 1-1, so that's a good start there. Nice banker for the AM class driver as we just wait for the next car to come in. See one, last one, that's 333, I believe. Just coming across the line, we'll see if they go faster, and they do. Burfoot puts in 59.7. All right, oh, that's a good start. That's a very, very good start.
Small jump in pace.
Yeah, Bender's team comes around. Oh, you'll be happy, Bender. Wenzel's gone faster, 59.6.
Oh, there you go. I can't believe it. I've never seen him go that fast.
And Dale Lawson, I do believe this is, comes across the line for a 2-flat-6. That's a nice banker from him as well. The M6 and its final hurrah in OR will be retired for the M4 for the next Sprint Series season. So look forward to seeing everybody going for that car.
Yeah, I'm sure plenty of people will be glad to see the back of it. Personally, I haven't driven the Beamer in a long time. I want to say like season 3 of the Sprint Series, and yeah, back then it wasn't great, and I can't imagine it's much better nowadays.
The M6, it's okay on this new patch, but the M4 certainly just takes all of the glory. It is, as everyone would say, beyond ridiculous. And it's ugly as well, so that doesn't really help it at all.
It's also massive. I was driving behind a practice server, I think it was yesterday or the day before. And obviously being in the McLaren, you really load the ground, and like the new Beamer goes past. There's just like this huge tank rolling past.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Pretty insane. So Burfoot here, nearly half a second up. So this is a great lap. I'm wondering if she might be able to get it into the 58s. Maybe if they just nail final corner. Kept it on the track though. 4.5 tenths up. That's a great improvement. It's going to bring her into the 59.2s. There it is for fastest lap. We've got Wenzel coming around. He's bang on up as well. What needs to be getting past Burfoot. Doesn't get it done. Wow.
Well, this is why Wenzel's in the car and not me.
Yeah.
I think my best is like a 2-minute 0.5 or something. So.
Yeah, you'd be in the car if it was raining, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, if it rains tomorrow, you'd just be seeing me. I won't be in the commentary box.
Yeah, you would just be there. He's Joe Williams, currently matching his personal best time of a 2-flat-0.5, matching Bender's personal best as well. Come around a little bit wide. Had a 10.5 through there, but just going wide caused him to lose all of it. Good run, though. Down into turn 1 of the F1 circuit, aka Abbey. This is a bit of a deceiving corner, Abbey, because if you've got the car set up wrong, I learnt this the hard way when testing in a couple of cars this past week, the rear end will come around on you, so you've got to be very careful if you've got the car set up on edge, and can potentially bring it round. But he's had a good exit out of Village and Farm. Is it Farm or Farmer? I think it's Farm.
It's Farm, yeah.
It is Farm, yeah. Had a feeling. So, not losing too much time. Only 600ths down. Here's Dale Lawson at the moment, who's half a second up on his time. So, might be able to get it past Williams. So, see if he has a good run through these couple of tight and hairpin corners. Nearly coming up to a second up now. It's a tight line through that hairpin. It's not the line I would advise, but all to their own. 8 tenths up still is a great gain. Ooh, uses all of the curve on the outside. See.
Should dip into the 59s.
Yeah, definitely. If you can get into the 59s, I think as an AM driver, you should be very happy with that. Those are good times for AM drivers. Still 8 tenths up. Trying to use all of the inside line to get the best exit he can. Loses it a little bit on exit, but still going to hover around the 8 tenths up gap, get in front of Williams, which is solid. I think he's just dipped into the 59s. He has.
59.850 as we approach halfway in the session. What do you think are the best strategies for these sort of sessions, Thomas? Do you think doing 2 runs, splitting it in 10 minutes, or would you just go out and do 1 or 2 hot laps and then come back in the pits?
I'm one to do the whole session just on track. Just have that track position. Just try and increase your pace as best you can. But I suppose, obviously, Dale Lawson's in the pits. Joe Williams obviously went and did just the 1 run, or the 1 lap, and then came back in on 2 laps. But I think in a 20-minute session, you can certainly do the 2 runs, 2 3-lap runs or so. Just bring it back to the pits.
Yeah, it's good to get the momentum and sort of just work your way into the session. I mean, I suppose we'll talk about it a bit more later on when we get to the shootout, but that's what makes the shootout so dramatic, is it is just 1 lap.
And of course, with the new patch, the way that you warm up the tyres is really important now as well. Don't want to get any graining or lose any, overheat a tyre or have a tyre underheated when you start your lap, especially if you've got a left front underheated as you turn it in for cops. That could spell the end of your lap before you've even done 30 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely right. Those cops track limits are deadly when you don't have the front tyres warm enough. This is on board with Wenzel. Looks like he's made a little bit of a mistake. A second down, maybe he's just decided to back off and going to line up for another lap, but looks like he's stayed out. Don't think he's actually come into the pits yet. So he's just staying out on the 1 set. Although he did come in for 2:55, so I think I've just eaten my own words there. But Burfoot at the moment isn't quite up on her time. It's just a 10th down. Definitely still places where the time can be gained. Maybe she can nail that. Might dip into the 58s, which is a great time for the AMs. Give a bit of a basis for those in Pro-Am as to what the times could be for the top 10 shootout, which is happening after these 3 qualifying sessions. The top 10 times over these 3 sessions will battle it out for their grid position for the start of the race tomorrow, starting at 11 o'clock Australian Eastern Daylight Time, if I do recall correctly.
Yep, 11 o'clock Australian Eastern is the start time. Can't tell you what that is in US or European times, but those competing all know it's in the Discord. So
it's European time, roughly
Midnight?
I think
midnight European, because we're plus 11 at the moment.
Yeah, midnight, yeah.
So that'll be a long night for Lulu Burfoot, of course. One of our European runners. You might have picked up with the little bit of ping and a little latency.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun overnight race, I'm sure.
I would say for Americans it might be.
Americans, it's certainly overnight.
I think it's about 9 p.m. or something.
Yeah, I think you're about right, yeah.
Somewhere close to that, depends on what side of America you're on, of course. There we go. Gus Putton saying 2 a.m. Central Eastern Time.
That's Central European time.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
I took a pun. I took a pun. Yeah, there's so many. Williams is a 10th up. Not going to be enough to get a place off Lawson, but definitely an improvement is what he needed. Maybe he can try and dip into the 59s if he can. He nailed the lap.
Tell you what, if we have every team in the 59s, it's going to be a very quick race tomorrow, I'm sure.
Oh, most definitely. If all the teams can dip, even if it's a 59.9, we'll take it.
Race pace is not going to be in the 59.
Oh, no.
No. I can't even crack a 2-minute flat.
It's all about the fun. It's not all about being competitive, although it is the last race of the year, so I'm sure there'll be a bit of a competitive spirit coming out, but it'll all just be a bit of fun and farewelling the M6, of course, as well. So a couple of teams have chosen to stick with the M6. Others have decided to move on to the new M4. I haven't driven it too much. Have either of you driven it? What are your thoughts on it? If you have driven it,
to be honest.
You haven't? Yeah.
I enjoyed running the M4 the night it came out. That was the night I was also exposed to the 1.8 patch and realised that everything has changed and I have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
But no, I really enjoyed the M4. I think that'll certainly be my car running for sprints next season. I'll have to wait and see. I feel like me and mid-engine cars at the moment aren't agreeing together. But we'll see what
Green.
happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I haven't driven it too much myself, but when I did drive it, it was very stable. I think it's from what I've heard and from what I've experienced, it's basically an Aston with Porsche characteristics, and that's about it. It's really bizarre, but you know, all to their own. If you can drive it, go for it.
Sounds like I won't like it then. I mean, I've only driven a handful of cars on this game.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I think the list is like the Mercedes, the Aston, the old Beamer, the Lambo very briefly, and the McLaren for this event.
you've driven the Nissan.
Oh, then look, mate. See, it was just that much mental torture. I just blocked it out of my mind.
Well, see, Williams is finally cracking together a lap. Not going to be quite enough for that 59 that I'm sure he's absolutely begging to get. Does gain a little bit of time on the exit. Nothing major though, only 100th, even though the delta in this game is just a lie. Probably put him into the threes. Oh, that's very nice from ACC.
2 minutes, 1
Oh,
I think
Burfoot up.
Yeah, I think the delta might have improved though with the latest patch. Seems to be lining up nicer.
Yeah, ooh, Burfoot was up nearly 2.5, 3 tenths coming down to Brooklands and Luffield, only managing not much more. Don't know whether she'll improve. No, that's what I'm saying with the delta. It says you're up and then you're just not. It's just a lie.
So we've got 4 minutes, so she might get
Yeah.
2, possibly, probably only 2 laps in. I think she'll
Yeah, 2
just
laps.
miss the start line.
So, gaining at time through Cops. She was on board with Wenzel now. It's just invalidate his lap. Might have had a bit of a spin. Dale Lawson, 2 tenths up, coming through Maggots and Beckett's. Let's see what he can do. If he can get a good run. Drifts a little bit on the exit of Beckett's, coming through Chapel. And loses a lot of time. It's a bit deadly through there, but he's done a good effort to keep it on track. He's going to match his time, so he might be able to try and find those extra few tenths that he needs to maybe, if he can sneak that place past Wenzel. It looks like a little bit of a challenge. Nearly 6 tenths, but anything can happen.
There's 3 minutes left, so they should all get 1 more lap in at this point. No real time for them to hit stock on any more tyres, so this will be it, I think.
Well, we've got Zeta break. Hello to everybody in chat. There's so many names to read out, but hello to all of you. If you're enjoying the qualifying this evening, Burfoot, here we go. 3 tenths up. Maybe she can dip into the 58s. Let's have a look. I was late on the brakes. Manages to pull it up. She did that last lap. Didn't quite find the time to gain. Can she get the good exit? No.
A little bit too wide.
Just went that little bit too wide, so might get into the 59.0s though, which is a great effort if she can. And she does. It's a great lap, 59.0 for Am. That is a stellar lap.
I think she will get another lap in. I think she just crossed the line in time as well, so if she's got the fuel, she'll get this lap plus 1 more, barring a mistake, because it's going to be tight. But just quickly, I don't think we've mentioned the track conditions for the viewers, have we? Obviously, with the multiple stages of qualifying, they're all going to be set to the same roughly conditions, just at different times of the day, 1, 2, 3 and 4 p.m. But they will be sunny, no rain. That's coming tomorrow.
Yeah, well, let's not say that. I mean, I'm not even driving, but I hope for the driver's sake that it's not wet for a whole lot of the race.
Please no rain.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You guys are no fun. Let's get some new commentators in here.
Please no rain.
Yeah. You don't want rain for a whole lot of a 12-hour. It would be good for a little bit of extra entertainment to see it rain, but you don't want it to be raining for like half the event. That would be quite funny, but I don't know.
And rain for the first 4 hours, and then dry out for the middle 4 hours, then rain for the last 4 hours. That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be great for you because you'd be driving 2/3 of the race.
Gotta watch the stint timer.
Yep.
Guys, stop out.
Swap out, quick, go. Bender's done too much driving. Lawson not going to get another lap in. Only 15 seconds left in this session. Great effort from him though. Snuck into the 59, so be very happy with that. Indeed. I think he's just going to pack it in now. So he is going to just bring it across the line. Wenzel in the pits as well, and Williams. So we're just waiting on Burfoot, who has invalidated. So once Lawson comes across, there you go. Doesn't even need to come across the line. So Burfoot there topping the AM class with a 59.0. Then Wenzel nearly 2/10 off. Lawson 8/10 off, and then Williams there 1.1 off. And now it's time for Pro-Am Quali, and we welcome, I don't know, what's his name? Oh, that Ryan Green bloke. Here he is.
What's going on, party people?
Hello, mate.
I love these special events.
Oh, a
This
bye
special
breach.
events thing. Yeah. Also, thanks, Thomas Riley, for joining us in the commentary box. He's just departed.
Absolutely. So, there's a lot of cars in Pro-Am. I'll go and count how many exactly there are for you, unless one of you already know.
No, you're the quick maths man, mate.
Okay.
I don't have the foggiest idea.
Look, there's more than 2, I can tell you that.
Here we go. We'll make it easy. 20. I thought I was gonna say
perfect.
I was gonna say 20, but I didn't want to be wrong, so I did.
Should just taken a guess, mate.
All right. Any who do we think's gonna put it on pole for Pro-Am? Get straight to the heart,
if I knew every single team, I could tell you. But having a quick glance through, if Fahad Ghafour's qualifying, I think he's got an okay chance. Just keep going through. If Braden Ross is qualifying, I think he might be up there. Whether it's pole, I'm not
Braden's
too
not
sure.
qualifying.
Braden's not qualifying. Okay, well then scrap what I just said. Who else have we got? We've got a lot of decent drivers here. Maybe one of the Kovacs teams could put it on top. It could honestly be anybody.
Just quickly, I'm seeing a lot of greenie slander in chat right now. I've just got here, so get it out of your system.
Well, I mean, some of the chatter is using words we don't use on this stream.
Washed.
Yeah, we don't use that word here, mate.
Oh, okay. I'll refrain.
Yeah. A couple of people in chat. Are you washed, Greenie?
I need a wash. I can tell you that.
There you
Bender's
go. I'm
washed.
just
washed.
trying to
Bender
enforce
washed.
the rules, and then race control just, as usual, comes over the top of me and just undermines all my hard work. This man on screen, Jamie Conboy. I think he was in the top half dozen or so people in the Pro-Am sprint finals for the Asia Pacific region, as he just absolutely yeets that cone into the Shadow Realm and validates his first lap.
Now with Pete Chalmers qualifying for Kovacs Racing Blue, I do believe, in the Bentley. Let's see what sort of times can be pulled out. No one started us off yet. I think that's car 92 at front of the pack for valid times. Already a car or 4 or 5 that have invalidated. I dare say that's probably through Cops or Stowe, the two deadliest places for track limits. As you see, Chalmers is up on a rubbish, no idea what delta that is time, but he's up. No matter what, that's always a good thing to see that you're up.
Well, I'd be a little concerned if he was only 6/10 up on a 25-minute, 49-second lap.
Yeah, look, you definitely want to be up on that. So there we go. Alan McIver, never mind. Might just give it a sec to buff up. Megan D, 59.2. Just gone fastest. We'll see a couple of people come across that fastest. That might change. Perrin there, 1.3 off. Let's see. I was going to say, I think he's Spanish. I think that's Fajardo. 58.9 there.
Looks like Antonio to me. Doesn't have a last name. It simply goes by Antonio.
Just Antonio.
Just Antonio.
Yeah, he's Spanish, so I'm going to guess that's Fajardo, I guess. Or Fajardo, one of them.
I'll keep trying.
Yeah, something. We can stick with Antonio, that should be fine. As Jamie Comboy comes across the line, it was an invalid lap, 2 flat 9. He'll be looking to actually put in a valid one. Hopefully he can put something together. Nick Miller, this is the car I thought that Braden Ross was qualifying in and isn't. Coming in the Ferrari entry, the 221 Odyssey Academy, I do believe the name is for this event.
Yeah, so I was talking to Braden about it. What he's done is he's got a couple of guys from the rookie series that were interested, but had no one to join a team with, and he's made a team with them, just helping them get involved in special events and making the transition to the sprint series. So good on him.
Yeah, that's great stuff to see. Some of these, I know when I was a rookie, it was kind of hard to get involved. You're like, a bit nervous. You didn't really know anyone. Getting in a team with people you don't know, it's a bit nerve-wracking at times. So
yeah,
to have someone like come over the top and be like, hey, we'll help you guys, support you, point you in the right direction. It's good stuff to see.
Agreed, Dan. Good guy, Braden Ross, getting a couple of those in to motivate them to do these events. This is David Bartlett at the moment in his McLaren. He's currently nearly half a second up on his time, so this will put him up. He nailed the lap, possibly past Pete Chalmers there in P3. He's lost a little bit of time. Spidey goes a 58.7.
Wow.
I'm going to assume that's the McLaren. So there we go. Bartlett just chucks it behind Chalmers in 5th with a 58.9. 59.8. I'll read
I
correctly.
believe Spidey's in the Nissan.
He is, yes.
No, that's not the first 58 of the night. I was going to say there was one just behind that.
Yeah.
Missed the first one.
Yeah. So here's Heath Dixon. Goes up P9 to 2 flat 0.4. That's a good starting point. He needs to try and build on that now. Big range in times at the moment. Comboy there, P8. Only a 10th ahead. Never mind. Daniel just sliced himself in between Comboy and Dixon now. So we'll look to see some more improvements. Still, of course, got just under 12.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, these got plenty of times. 20 minutes, you can make 3 or 4. With a 2-minute lap, probably 3 runs. I would say be optimal. 2 tyres are just going to fall off that quality grip that it has.
Yeah, that orange Aston Martin we saw just a moment ago looked pretty nice.
I think I was looking at chat.
Yeah, so in chat, if your team is driving an orange Aston Martin, please say hello. It's quite nice.
I think that's got Paul Cranich and Neil Wood in it, I believe. I'll check my facts, but I'm pretty sure that's my car. Oh no, it's Heath Dixon, Neil Wood and Ard Dunt. I think he might be a debutant in the Special Event series. I've not seen his name before.
Well, there you go, but Megan D on board with her here.
Wow.
5.5 tenths. 5.5 tenths off the fastest time at the moment. 8 tenths up now.
Wow.
Never mind.
So this could be provisional P1 in the Pro-Am qualifying. Losing a bit of time on the exit there, but still 6 tenths up, which is enough. There it is.
Oh.
Just ahead of Scanlon with 58.7.
Yeah, already gaining a 10th through Cobbs. George Fowler just... He's gone for a bit of a Jim's mowing line there. I think he's going to go back to the pits. On board with Marsden now. He was invalidated. He was 1.7 up, so that would put him right up the top in contention for maybe a top 5. Alan McIver currently 3 tenths up in his McDonald's-looking Nissan.
I was gonna say the same thing when I saw it earlier. It is
Yeah.
very, very McDonald's.
It is indeed.
That seems to be working for him. He's 3 tenths up on his time.
Yeah. It's going to get him up quite a few positions. By the looks of it, he can just hold this one together as the cameraman does a very good job holding on the car up to P11, a 2 flat 0.3. Not far off Dixon as well. A bit of a gap up to Iman Weston. Here is Spidey, though, in his Nissan. Currently just about half a tenth up at the moment. Loses it a little bit through Club and Vale. He's trying to break dead even. Just didn't quite get the line through there, so he's going to go about a tenth down. Still just over half a lap, under half a lap to go. I'll make my words eventually. Ooh, a little bit wide through Abbey, though. That's going to lose him his speed and his run and his time. As Megan D goes even faster with a 58.5. That is a great lap for Pro-Am, 58.5. It's a bit ridiculous to think those are fast, considering with the old patch you would consider probably 57s to be fast for these drivers, but great lap.
Yeah, if you're in chat at the moment, let us know what you think the fastest time for this session will be. I'm going to say we got maybe another 3 or 4 tenths to find. We go 58.1.
I'm going to say probably a 58.3.
I'm gonna say that's the pole time. What Megan G just said.
Yeah, that's definitely a shout. We know Spidey's got more time in it, and I'm assuming D's probably got more time in it as well. Here's Andrew Perrin now, currently 7 tenths up in his Bentley as he comes down the Wellington Straight. This is one of your AV teams, isn't it, Greedy?
It is, yeah. I was gonna say, I just wanted to definitely shout out Perrin here. I've never seen a man work this hard to get better than he has for this event. You know, he messaged me 2.5 months ago. I was like, hey man, you know, I really wanna drive in one of your teams. I was like, oh, so nice. Can't say no to someone being so polite. We put him in.
Yeah.
And this dude, I was just saying before, I reckon he has Chrome, Discord, Steam, and ACC on his PC, and that's it.
Yeah, right.
He is a certified grinder, and yeah, just so really wanted to shout out the hard work he's put in. It's been super impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. As we just see someone gone off that Spidey. It's just gone off around Abbey. So we're on board with George Fowler now in his Lamborghini for Black Lab, I do believe. Driving with Bryce Meddings and somebody else. I'll check who it is. Oh, Charlie Mitchell. There you go.
There's a few jokes in chat that we're gonna stay away from.
Yeah, look,
let's not even.
it was
Yeah.
some questionable. After I said it, I was like,
Yeah.
as soon as I said it, I'm like, oh, it's gonna get memed.
Yeah, that's going to get memed. We're going to see a couple of things popping up in the AV Discord soon enough as Fowler loses his time on exit. Oh, he had a little bit back, but still. Oh, of course, that's right. We've got the OOR raffle being drawn tomorrow after this race. So make sure to get in and buy a ticket. You've only got, I think, about 24 hours left as it'll be drawn, I would say, depending on when the race is going to finish, around 11 to 11:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. There are the prizes there. So if you get first prize, you've got a choice of either a Sim Rigs Exodus Max or a CSL DD and CSL Wheel 320, or I do believe an equivalent priced Fanatec wheel if that's not the one that you want, or some Husingfeld Sprint pedals. Of course, all those options are priced around $1,000. Second prize is a Logitech G920 racing wheel and pedals, and the third prize is a Next Level Racing wheel stand light. So make sure to buy some tickets and get in before it's too late. It's drawn, I do believe, at the end of this race tomorrow. So get in on that action. Yes, do what Race Control said. Purchase a ticket, join the Discord. I think there's a Discord link in the YouTube chat. There is indeed. Discord.gg/Octane Online Racing. Make sure to head over there, follow the links, and buy yourself a ticket.
And also, don't forget to like the video or stream.
Of course.
Otherwise,
Malik's
Max-
dog needs to be fed. Yes.
Max,
Alex Dog has a name. It's called Max.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
call the RSPCA soon. Max
Oh,
is
yeah?
very hungry. Yeah, he needs to be fed. And it's chat's fault for not liking the video.
Yep.
So,
I've liked the video. Have you liked the video, Green?
yes.
That did not sound confident.
I have. I was 90% sure I did not have. I have liked it.
Sound of a man hurriedly pressing the like button.
Yeah. Oh, Chalmers up one. Goes a 59-1. It's a good lap. That's a very blue Bentley's got there. Dixon's up. Wow, 7/10 for a second there. Can he gain it out through the exit of what I would say are one of the most annoying corners to get right, and he's just absolutely muddled the exit. Yeah. Ollie Daniel currently 2 and nearly a half tenths up. He's going to go P12 with a 2 flat 0.2. That's a good lap from him. A little bit of lag there. Welcome to drivers not from Australia. Mitchell Weston here, currently 2 tenths up on his lap, just coming around down the Lewis Hamilton Straight. Or should I say Sir Lewis Hamilton Straight, as he's officially been knighted now.
Oh, they officially renamed it, haven't they?
Oh, I don't know if they've renamed it to Sir Lewis Hamilton Straight. I just know that Hamilton finally officially got knighted by the Queen.
Is it even? I thought it was just the Hamilton Straight. I didn't even think it was. Was it Lewis
I
Hamilton
don't
Straight?
know. I'll have to have a look on the internet.
Whoopsie.
Mate, I can't always be right.
It's alright. I'll forgive you.
Let's have a look.
Just quietly, Mitchell Weston up 5 tenths heading through Luffield here. Now 6 tenths. God, this
You
will
were right.
slingshot him. And
Hamilton Straight.
there you go.
Ooh, 5 tenths
5 tenths
up.
up for Mitchell Weston. That'll put him right. Don't want to say. Ooh, I was going to say 5th, but it was a bit off. But
Yeah, a little bit of a pace gap there. Spidey,
beautiful lap.
oh, he's hooked that Nissan up through Maggots and Beckett's and outside. Chapel 2 and a bit tense up. Still got 2/3 of the lap to go. Coming through Stowe. It's a very tricky corner to gauge Stowe. You need to go for a bit of a later apex, get on the power as quickly as possible. There we go. So lost a bit of time on entry, but it's gained it all to maximise his exit. Going to come through Club and Vale. It's a good, solid run from him. Nearly 3 tenths up. This is going to be a very good lap. It's going to give the pro drivers a benchmark as to what they need to get into the top 10 shootout. So we'll put a Bentley in the way. He'll get out of the way. does. Very respectful of him. Loses a little bit of time. Whether it's enough to make the difference, we'll find out once he comes out of these tight and twisty corners. Needs to nail the exit in his red and orange Nissan. That's an interesting livery, I'm going to say.
I miss it.
Yeah, that was a very bright livery. Even got the red wheels. That's a nice touch.
I don't mind it. I actually like it, yeah. I was going to say that.
Doesn't actually look too bad. Oh, keeps it on the track. Was bit of a tank slapper there. Needs to nail the exit. Oh, and he's gone wide. There we go, Red Rocket. I don't know if that's race control saying that or whether it's actually been named Red Rocket. I'm sure we'll find out. Oh, Western again, another big improver. 3/10 up coming through the final corner by the looks of where that is on the track. He's going to get one more lap in if he's got the fuel. 3/10 up is going to chuck him up to P6. It's a great lap, 59.2. And he's had enough.
Yeah, I have noticed that myself when lapping. Is you get one lap and you go in for another one, and you just can push it that little bit harder. You know, get another 3/10 going again, another 3/10. Like it's a real rhythm beat of this track.
Yep, absolutely. You got to keep it in that rhythm, quick rhythm. Jamie Conboy currently up at 10th. Is 5/10 off the pace, but if he can just find those magical 2/10 or so that he needs, he can put it into P2 in the Pro-Am. As Megan D goes even faster, 58.4. So we're a little bit off with our predictions in terms of what pole time would be, unless the Spidey can come through with a godsend of a lap, which is definitely a viable option. Convoy still was a 10th up. And holding it through Brooklands. What about Luffield? Let's see if we can nail that. And he can't nail the exit, so he's matched his time.
On the exit.
And he's just missed it on the exit, so that's going to be his qualifying over. Bartlett is up as well, 3/10. Can he hold it for these final corners? Let's hope so.
Get him roughly a couple of positions if he can hold at least this advantage right now.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, might find that extra time on exit. Gained up to about 7/10, so he's gained a little bit on exit. Can he get it up to 6/10? This will put him up maybe to P6, because I don't think it's enough for P5. Well, P7, so nearly had Western there. And that is Pro-Am quality over. So we know the benchmark time for the top 10 shootout is a 58.4. Keep that in mind. It's time for the big boys and girls to come out. It's time for the pro qualifying. So there it is. 3 cars with 3 different fastest sectors. But McLaren just came out on top there.
Yeah, there's usually one Pro-Am that makes it into the shootout, so
Well, let's see if
Megan
that's
D.
accurate.
Yeah, we'll see if that holds up.
But it's time for the pro qualifying. So we see all the cars come on out. I believe there is 17 pro teams, or maybe 16.
Yep, 17. Because 17 plus 4
Plus
is 21,
4,
plus 20
yeah,
makes
that's what I was-
41.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, we wish there was a pro button. I'll go and count just to make sure.
Alright. The
There's
big hitter
18.
question.
Yep, that's right.
Whole time.
Ooh. Someone asked me this before. I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm gonna go a 57-1.
57-1.
Yeah.
Was that what you told me before?
No,
No.
I changed my mind.
Now, rumour has it that 999 has a 56 in it. There's a
it's
a
only rumours.
little birdie told me.
Yep, little birdie told you indeed.
Now I would love to see it. It's a tall task, especially with the new 1.8 update. But God,
That would be
will we see the
something.
56.9?
We don't deal in rumours, hearsay, gossip,
No, we don't.
ancient rituals,
Yeah, no chance.
just hard, cold facts and statistics.
So on board with Callum Gibbons, another one of your AV cars, Greenie. How's he been looking in terms of pace?
I haven't. Me and Gibbo haven't honestly crossed paths that much. He's been around.
Okay.
We've just been on in different times. From all I'm hearing is, from what his teammates have been saying, and he's been definitely quick. I mean, most people
Yeah.
around here know Gibbo, know what he can do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's great to have him on board. This is one of the debut events for us. Actually, 3 of the drivers on this team are having debut for AV. So, it's gonna be very good.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the car that's on the first Velo lap is the car ahead, whoever that is, because I can't read.
Is that the 999 car?
I think
I
it might
think
be
it
the
is
999 car. So that is Philippa Bokita in that car, racing for, what's their team name? Oh, A BMW. I should know that. That's quite a funny name.
Now this will be the benchmarks of all benchmarks, I'm suspecting.
Yeah, I'm suspecting a pretty quick first lap here, just to set the benchmark for the other pro drivers.
Interestingly, only one car invalid.
Yeah, so
57 for
that's
out the gate.
actually not okay. Maybe that 56 isn't coming. Kibbo, 1.8 off. Zach James, wow.
Wow.
That,
Now,
wow.
we've seen Hobbsy, what
Yeah,
this
we
man
have.
can do of recent days. It has come out of nowhere, this pace, and it's kind of scary stuff.
Yeah, it's unbelievable to see how far that man has come in the past couple of days. Even in a car that has a ridiculous amount of ballast, it is just incredible to see. So he'll definitely give it his best shot to go into the top 10 shootout. Here's another man who is going to be in the spotlight, Andrew Lawrenson, currently racing for BMR Racing in the Bontley this evening with Brett Maybury, Nirasana Ralahi, and Terry Wright. Racing as a 4 for tomorrow's race. Hopefully, I think, it's a very strong team. I think he's hoping to do his best to put them on the front row. I think, having seen his times in the past couple of days, he's definitely got the pace to do it.
Everyone's talking about the 999 car, Philippa O'Hara. Now, this team needs to be taken seriously. There has been too much disrespect on BMR Racing's name.
This is going to be a quick time as well.
I was going to say, it's a 12-hour race. Anything and everything can and will happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
So.
There we go, 57.8. So 0.3 off Bokita's time. McClaw's here needs to. Oh my God. That's just wow.
However,
2 already.
Philippa might be playing with her food here.
Could be.
This is what it's looking like.
So Sanikas, this is JP. He's put it P4 provisionally to 57.9 on board now with Matt Lamb. Currently 3.5 up. Can he get a bit of time on the exit? Oh, a little bit of a drift on the exit. Gonna lose that little bit of time. Maybe it will only get to 2 tenths up on his time. Where will that put him? I think he'll stay where he is. He will. 58.0. That's a great time.
Very quickly, just in chat, Tom Riley providing us with the Ashes update. Australia have declared 9 for 473.
Wow.
Massive first innings total there, as we see Ben Caro here goes P9 with a 58.5, and then promptly goes off track, returns to the pits.
Gonna go for that second run. So we know the moment the top 10 shootout time from Pro-Am was a 58.4. Kijinami is looking to improve. Currently sitting on a 2:02.7, so might have had a bit of a spin there. Nearly 4/10 up is Stefano Risciuti at the moment. Let's see if he can improve further as JC becomes a sponsor. What a legend.
I really do love Sofa King Slow's livery here.
Oh, it's very nice. White with the pink. They're driving a similar livery to that. Well, they did drive a similar livery to that in the Endurance Series in the Honda. So taking that design from the Fez was a very good idea. 10th and a half up. It might be making them even faster as well.
A great showing from Risciuti and Young in the Endurance Series as well. They showed only Honda on the grid, I think it was, and they, you know, really made a name there.
Absolutely, they did win the Donington Endurance race. Hoping to get a good result from the 12-hour. As Risciuti goes 4/10 up on exit, just pulls it
very
off
wide.
the track limits. Wow. Let's see where this is going to put him. It's going to bring him up to P9. Oh, P7. Wow, what a lap. Nearly matches Herbert's time there. Just goes that little bit faster. Lawrenson currently 2/10 up.
Quick number crunching so far. It looks like the top 9 in the Pro qualify are through to the shootout. With Megan D's time of a 58.4 still holding up. Pro-Am section to get into the shootout.
Absolutely, but there's still 10 minutes to go in this session, so it could all change pretty quickly. Still nearly a 10.5 up Lawrence is. That would get him past Zach James. See if he can improve on that. Just to get a good line through Brooklands. What about Luffield? Just a little bit squirrely on exit. I don't think he's going to be able to improve, knowing what the delta's like around here. Well, he does by 1/100th.
Oh, big gains.
Absolutely a big gain indeed. Here's Kijinami. Trying to improve on his time. Currently, there we go. So that's where he may have had to slow down for another car, gaining that time. So this delta is just going up like a rocket ship. Currently 2.6 up. Probably going to gain more over the lap as well. Currently 5.4 off, but that was just a little bit of a slow lap from him.
You know it's good when the delta's up almost 3 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Nice run through Abbey there, coming through Village and Farm. So even more time gain there. 3.5 up. Can he nail the exit? Oh, goes a little bit wide. Keeps the delta though, 3.38 up. Still got time through Brooklands and Luffield, I dare say.
Also very quickly, JC in chat saying 100 people watching right now. Why aren't there 100 likes on the stream?
Good question.
Spakita goes faster again, 57.237. Edging towards that 56. Look at this time from Kijinami. Up 4.8 seconds. Where's that going to put him?
Yeah, wow. That's going to be
Up
wow,
into
P5.
P5.
Really showing his pace there, Kijinami. Only 2/100ths off Sneakers. Couple of tenths off Lawrenson and Zach James and Philippa Bokita, but a great lap indeed. Herbert Currently 3/10 up, coming down the Wellington Straight through to the final corners of the track. See if he can gain a bit more time. If he can get those 3/10. There we go. Race control in 4 minutes. The Pro-Am cutoff was 58.4. The next best in Pro-Am is 58.7. Will they make the shootout? We'll have to wait and see. As we know, currently P10 in Pro is a 58.5. So that 58.7 team is unfortunately out. Megan D just sneaking in at the moment, I do believe.
Yep, she would be the 10th final participant in the shootout.
As Herbert goes faster, 58.0 there, putting him into P6, a 10th exactly off Kijinami. Can he find more time?
Now, I do believe this is the only Porsche on the grid, the Rockets Evolve 111.
Yep, they're going for a very bold car to use for a 12-hour, but having spoken to one of their teammates there, they've got the car under control. It seems like they've got very good pace at the moment, P11, and Ben is just gaining all of the time, 3/10 up through there. Can he gain it on the exit? Let's see. 2/10 up, still a good gain. Still got Brooklyn's on Nuffield to go.
And Ben's teammate today, Stevie Ty, GPU arrived today. So good news for their team. They won't be a driver down for the weekend.
Yep, it's very good news for him, getting it just in time. Let's see if Karo can nail this final corner. It's a very tricky one. You've got to go a little bit deep and then go for a late apex. 2/10 up he is. Lose a little bit more just coming up to the finish line. It's going to put him up.
Too deep.
Oh, just into the top 10. Oh, it's a nice turn one. The car is very fast through there. Of course, the mid-corner speed of the Porsche still very good.
So I think now that means the top 10 in this session will be the top 10 for the shootout.
Yes, that is correct. Looking at the timing board, should I say?
Although it looks like Callum Gibbons might have something to say about that. 4/10 up at the moment. He's going to give it a good run. See if he can put it up into that top 10. I know he will be trying at his hardest for Alpha Venturi to get that car into top 10. Race control just saying beep. I don't know, did it just want to be involved?
There's apparently people hearing beeps in chat. Some are, some aren't. Not sure what's going on there.
Okay, yeah, I know what's going on there.
Oh, so you're the offender then, mate?
Me?
No, Hobbsy, he said he knows what's going on.
No, I said I don't know what's going on.
Oh, yeah, changing your tune very quickly.
So, 3/10 up. This could sneak him into the top 10 provisionally. Of course, still 5 minutes to go. A little bit deep through Brooklands. Can he clean it up through Luffield? Got a McLaren ahead. Might be able to make use of the slipstream there. Oh, he's lost that time. It's not going to be enough for... Or might it be? No, it's not. 58.5. So needs to find those extra... Even a 10th would get him up into that top 10.
Half a 10th off the top 10, Gibbons.
Although, Kerniawan, he's making a statement. 2/10 up at the moment coming down Hamilton Straight.
But Stephen Ty is confirming his delivery came post today. Didn't think I'd hear these words. Oz Post and Clutch.
Clutch, I know. Although he did inform me that he ran outside the moment he saw the van and heard the van at his house. He was that excited. He wanted to get driving.
I wouldn't trust them just to knock on the door or anything. They'd just leave a little card and say, come collect it later.
Yeah, exactly. Can you come to the post office tomorrow, please?
Christmas came early for Stephen Dye.
Yeah, absolutely did. Kerniawan, Christmas might come early for him if he can sneak it into the top 10 shootout in his Aston. Oh, good gain on the exit there, 2/10. This is all he needs to get into that provisional top 10 shootout. Stays right against the wall. Oh, he's just snuck it in. That is a solid time from him. He's Lockie Nichols. Needs to find 3 and a little bit tense to get into that top 10. So hasn't quite got it at the moment. Nearly a 10th up though, so he's slowly cutting away at the time. Maybe he just needs next lap. And he'll get another one in after that if he's got the fuel. Just needs as much time as he can.
A little wide on the exit.
Yeah.
Probably about half a tenth roughly. Improve, shaves a couple hundredths off his time.
Yeah, couldn't quite get it there. So it's coming down to the wire for some of these drivers who are wanting to get into the top 10 shootout. Sanikas 2 tenths up. Lawrenson 2 tenths up as well. So they're all trying to hunt their way down. Lawrenson's 2 tenths up coming in the final. Can he nail the exit? Not quite. A little bit of wheel spin. He's going to hold it though. And he's going to go for 57.5, which puts him into P2. A 10th ahead of Zach James. Still great effort from him. Sanikas 10th up now, losing it a little bit through Club and Vale. But looks like he's guaranteed top 10 at the moment.
So under 2 minutes now. This will be the last lap for some, pretty much all drivers, unless you're about to start the last one. Who's really in danger that we think's down there? Zach Smith, currently P8. I reckon he'll be on the hot seat. Might need to put in a bit of a faster lap.
Yeah, a little bit of gap there to Lamb, but we did see that P10 was about 1.1 or so off
1.1,
Bokita. Yeah, so Smithy might be in a little bit of trouble unless he's got a little bit more pace to pull out. The Sanikas can't quite find that extra bit of time through Luffield, but if he's got the fuel for one more lap, he's got the time for it. Lawrenson has decided that he's happy with that lap. Rashuti invalid, still up. Brooke at the moment 3 tenths up. He's looking to get into the top 10 shootout, I believe. Is this team the full American team?
Yes,
It is.
And just quickly as well, Zach James taking back P2 with a 57.5.
No, it's not.
And
No, I was thinking of a different team. Brooke is British and he's got Australian teammates. The full American team, I thought there was one.
yeah, car 578.
Ah, yeah, American, and Canadian in there too. So good to see people from all regions getting in on these special events. Brooke, currently 2.5 tenths up. It's not going to quite be enough to sneak him into the top 10 unless he can nail Brooklands and Luffield. 3 tenths there. A little bit wide on exit. Let's see if he can pull it up around Luffield. Oh, he's lost the rear, and I think that might lose him the spot that he was looking for into the top 10 shootout. Unless... Oh, he nearly had it. But couldn't quite pull it out. A solid time from him though. 58.447, nearly had it. Kijanami's up as well. Nearly a 10th. Gonna go P4 in front of Sanikas. What a great time. I've got to say, Zach James improved there. Got back in front of Lawrenson. What pace he's got.
Yeah, so if you're wondering how the next stage qualifying works, we'll go over it shortly, but those in the top 10 will progress to the shootout, and they'll go in reverse order.
Indeed they will. They will get a bit of a practice session before though, so that they can get warmed up, practice their 1 lap pace, get their tyres prepared if they need to do that.
Oh, as Bokita goes down to a 57.032 at the death, if you don't mind.
What a qualifying it has been.
Claus to finish his lap. He's up 10th so far. It's 2 roughly to gain a position on Bab.
Is this Santa McClaus?
Yeah, he could be. Secret
That'd be
identity.
exciting. Don't think
Half
he's going to
tenths
get the
up. Will he
close
get
to
it?
Bab. No,
Oh, just
nearly.
missed out.
It's unlucky, but there we
He
go.
Absolutely
Oh,
yeets it at the end there. So
Yep.
McClaws probably not too happy with his performance, at a guess, but that will do it for the first stages of qualifying. Now we move to the top 10 shootout, which the stewards are no doubt confirming to the drivers, but I believe it should be the top 10 from the pro qualifying finals. As the time there's a 58.375. I think Megan D's in the pro-am was a 58.4. So she has not made the cuts. That's all pro for the shootouts. As we can welcome Samwise Holmes to the commentary box.
Good evening, gents. How you going?
Yeah, good thanks, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Just a little late.
That's right. Better late than
That's
never.
Is
So,
it?
wow. Yeah, it depends. I mean, you're in time for the Bender facts. I mean, we've got a bit of time now while the stewards and the drivers sort out who's in the shootout. And
yeah, no,
so
but it's first. We've got to say goodbye to Greenie.
Oh, I want to hear it before I go.
Greenie
okay,
wants
great.
to hear it.
I must hear it before I go.
This is actually a good one, I think. The Vatican City has the highest pope density of any country in the world at 4.1 popes per square kilometre.
Why? Why do we know this information?
As if you don't know it. I mean, it's useful information that you can use any day of your life.
Oh, I don't know if I'd say that.
I gotta say, that's my favorite Bender fact of all time.
See, this is why you're here, Samwise. You're just in time.
And on that bombshell, I'm out of here.
All right, cheers, Ryan.
Thanks, Greenie.
Thanks, guys.
Catch
See
you,
you,
Ryan.
chat.
Man, that BMW is looking slick.
Yeah. It's,
Is that a ballast I see for all of them?
most cars have a ballast. Nissan doesn't. The M6 doesn't. What else doesn't?
10
And the
kilos.
Fez.
10 kilos for Bentleys, at 30 kilos for both. No, none for... Wait, only some of the BMWs? Have we got M4s and M6s
There's
here?
M4s and M6s, yes.
So M6 has got a ballast. McLaren's got a 10 kilo ballast. Okay. And then some of the... Bentley's got a 10 kilo ballast. Geez, not stopping them. It's not slowing them down much.
No, it doesn't have to be much. Just needs to level the playing field ever so slightly.
So what drama have I missed?
Not much,
Just
really.
Not
It's
much,
been-
just insane laps.
yeah,
What does the
insane lap
highlights
time.
package include?
Well, Philippa Bakita set 2 laps that were identical earlier. I think it was Pat Oliver in chat said that.
That's one thing that I was always told. The mark of a great driver is not determined based on the pace. It's determined on how consistent that pace is. If your best lap and your average lap are close, the closer they are together, your average and your best is really the determination of a great driver. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're doing 157 one lap, and then 2 minutes 5 the next lap, and then 159 and 201 and then 207, yeah, that's not great race pace.
Absolutely, but if it's 159, it doesn't have to be the fastest pace. But if it's consistent, that's a sign of a good driver. That just means that, you've got whatever you're doing it consistently every lap. You just need to improve what that thing is, get the times faster, and the consistency will be there.
So Terry Rayton in chat saying, why did lead McLaren not have ballast? Am I missing something? All the McLarens should have ballast.
Yeah, I believe they do.
Not sure, obviously I can't see what you were looking at, Terry, but we'll have another look at it, no doubt.
I think the leading car was Philippa in a BMW, right?
No, you said the lead McLaren
The
specifically.
lead McLaren. It did look a little bit confusing when I was having a look at it. It sort of looked like it was next to. See, I think it looks like it's next to the McLaren, whereas it's actually the Nissan on that screen. So it looks like a ballast is for the McLaren, but it's potentially is not. Malik says, "Where?" Thinks he must have been on that.
Yeah. Race Control chiming in with the bots saying the age-old fact that did you know Silverstone was built on an airfield?
I didn't know that. No.
Well, I heard from a very reliable source named Andy O'Hara that Silverstone is actually built on a mountain range. So not a lot of people will tell you that.
Unless they're Andy
Why do
O'Hara.
we know this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did he just do a Max Verstappen? So this is our practice before the shootout.
Oh, that's
So
a great
who's-
mountain range.
Yeah, right. It's built on a floating sky island.
Yeah. Does that mean England is just a lie?
Yes.
Yes. The ACC uses the creation model from Discworld. This is like the nichest reference I'll ever make. Discworld is a disc floating in space on the back of a giant tortoise and 4 big elephants. That's a true story. Well, it's a true book. It's not a real story. You zoom out far enough in ACC, it's what you get. Big floating disc in space.
Reminds me of, I can't remember the author, but the novel about, I want to say, Douglas Adams, about the world on the back of a turtle.
That's what I just said.
Oh, sorry.
Did you just use the same reference? I just said on the back of a giant turtle and 4 big
honestly,
elephants.
I tuned out because someone messaged me the the standings of qualifying formats so far. So
Silent during my reference, and then you're like, yeah, it almost sounds like this other reference that was the exact same thing.
I'm so sorry.
Terry Pratchett. There's the
Terry Pratchett, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's the one.
So you guys can't see it on screen, but I'll run through the qualifying from 11th down. Obviously, the top 10 shootout's still to go, but let me just figure out where 10th actually is. Yep, so P11 will be 05M Racing, P12 Surfer King with Rashuti, 13th AV Scary Spice with Gibbons, 14th Worn Tire Tribe Megan D, first of the Priams, well done. Rapid Binners with Nichols P15, Red October with Scanlon P16, Escape Racing with Fajardo P17, AV Ginger Spice with Fluke P18, Rue Racing Squad with Vans P19, Kovacs Green with Bab P20, AV Baby Spice with Convoy P21, Wildcards with McLaws 22, Snack Pack Racing was Lulu Burfoot, P23, first of the AMs. Well done to her. Kovacs Racing Blue, Chalmers 24, Wenzel team first name 25, Western Celsius Autosport was 26th, 27th Kovacs Racing, no, Convicts and Colonial, sorry, with Bartlett, and then 27th Apex Rear Wing with Dixon, Black Lab.
Yeah, hold on, Bender. I'm going to have to stop you there because it's coming up to shootout time, so we're going to play the intro video again for everybody.
Okay, we'll play the intro video.
And we're away!
And there it is, the Silverstone 12-hour intro video made by our very own Daniel Hunter. Put in a lot of time and effort to making that. Very big shout out to him. It is a great looking video, I must say, but it is time. The font, yeah, it's great too. But boys, it's come to the time. It's time for the top 10 shootout.
I'm really excited for this because with 1.8, we know that the tires need so much longer to come in. It used to be a lot more straightforward. You can get a pretty solid warm tire in 1 lap previously, but now it takes a good at least 2 or 3 laps to get those tires properly in. So what are you doing on this outlap? How dramatically are you changing those tire pressures before you start?
I think like 1 or 2 clicks.
Oh, at least.
You don't want to mess with it too much.
I know that in a normal shootout, when I did the Kyle Army shootout, it was probably more like 4 clicks. I would say something like that. And you know, it depends on what your strategy is. If you like to spend a lot of time warming up the tires on the outlap, or if you just like to go for it and basically get a practice lap in on the way to the line. But I don't know, I feel like you might have to do it quite a lot more, because if you went out on regular pressures, you're going to be coming in with low 26s around after 1 lap.
Yeah, definitely. You want to be at least mid 27s for optimal pressure.
Yeah. So optimal pressure's changed a little bit. So Coach Dave at least said that it used to be about 27.3 to 27.8, and then it changed and it became the higher pressure about 27.5 to 28.0. Apparently, so says they, with 1.8, it's now back to that lower range, 27.3 to 27.8, as your PSI for each tire is your ideal window. And apparently you get punished more for being outside it.
Yeah, you do. It's a lot more slippy, but we're getting underway here. Kearney one's about to start his lap. First lap for the top 10 shootout. It's going to break at the 50-meter board. Needs to nail Cops, gets it done well. Doesn't go without. Let's go outside the track limits, coming through to Maggots and Beckett's now. It's going to slam on those brakes, shift down, use all the curb. Shift down to third. Needs to hold it in the third through. Beckett's through to Chapel, keeps it within those track limits, using all of the track if he can down onto the hanger straight.
It's looking good so far. That was really clean first part of the lap. So it's looking nice and stable. Nothing too crazy, but I wouldn't expect anything less from the Aston. It is quite a stable car overall.
Absolutely, looks like he's just nailed Stowe through there. Used all of the track, used all the curb, laid on the brakes down into Vale.
He's hitting everything nice and clean.
A bit wide, now through club. Gets it done. Oh, I'm just saying there, what's the prediction for the shootout pole time? We got our prediction.
I'm going to say a 2:17.
Try a 1 minute.
Sorry, one.
Try a 1 minute.
On track. Maybe in the rain.
Yeah, that's right. Let's go. Let's try 1 minute 57. There we are. I'm thinking Spa times 57.3.
Okay, I'm going to go a 57.2.
Shootout times generally are a little bit slower than the fastest in the pro qualifying times, because of the nature of the pressure. You're going to get 1 lap, so wait and see. I'm going to still say 57.0.
And I'll actually challenge you on that, Bender. I think at the last special event, I'm pretty sure the top couple of shootout times were faster than their respective qualifying times.
General trend. We see Coney Owen come around here for a 58.2, so that's a decent benchmark there.
It is a very good benchmark time. They're on board. Ben Caro in the only Porsche on the grid has put it in the top 10. Great lap from him. Can't wait to see from his point of view how stable, well, I should say unstable, the Porsche is throughout this lap. So underway he goes through Cops, misses the apex by a little bit, keeps it on track though. Porsche's got good mid-corner speed. I think JC for the donation there, $20, saying O'Gold P1 with a 57.056. It's never know what could happen. O'Gold could put it on pole. Could be someone else. There we go. Race control. Thank you, Dan Hunter, for producing the video, and to everyone who took part in that. filming.
They are particularly excellent. Not just these ones, but for the sprint series as well. They look particularly excellent. It's been, really, really up the class of this season. This Porsche looks pretty good. I know it was a little bit oversteery, and they had to make a correction into the first turn. But so far, the rest of the laps looked fairly alright. Hitting that curb probably a bit heavier than you'd like to on the inside there, but probably just lost him a bit of speed through that section here, coming up through this is the Formula One pit area.
Yeah, it looked pretty stable for a Porsche throughout most of this lap, until I say that and the rear nearly slides around on him, but did hit that curb through the Vale chicane, but probably only lost him a 10.5, which is a fair amount of time in Shootout, but he's made it to the Wellington Straight. Let's see what he can do.
Oh, deadly.
They are, and Cameron Farmer loves his sausage curb. He just keeps it under control for the final corners, giving it everything he's got. Let's see where this can put him. It's looking like a pretty solid lap. Could maybe chuck it into the 57s. And just behind Kearney One, the 58.5. Great lap from him. Who we got coming up next? We've got Zachary Smith for Odyssey Racing, the 217 car. Let's see what he can do. Great cops, nice and smooth, used all the curb, ran out wide, not too much for track limits though.
So what was the benchmark time for Zach Smith in qualifying? We have that one there. It was a high 57, I believe. Oh, just getting unsteady through Beckett's. That was a little bit sideways. He's going to have lost him speed all the way up this straight. He's going to be lamenting all the way up here. Not quite the amount of speed he would have wanted.
Great hold though.
Absolutely, it's he's still got an opportunity to claw it back, but he's definitely on a back foot. It just looks a bit unsteady. It might be those tyres just not being quite up to temperature. We might find that some of these cars have a little bit more disadvantage in their ability to get those tyres up to temperature in time in just one lap, and so far the McLaren's not looking too steady.
Yeah, Zach Smith did a 58.2 in the qualifying session, full reference. If he can match that, he needs... It's a bit of a slide the rear end, keeps it under control though.
Barely keeping it on track, so he's doing a masterclass of how to correct an oversteer, but that McLaren is not being kind to him. So he did a 58.2 on his qualifying lap. We'll see how close he can be to his own time. Coming down the final straight now.
I think it's going to be a little bit off what he'd like with that slide through Abbey, but he's going to give it everything he can. Oh, he's late on the brakes, uses all the curb through to left field.
Gets it pointed.
Oh,
Gets on the throttle.
Track limits. What sort of a time can he post? Right up against the wall, and he goes, 58.6. That little slide round Abbey just cost him a little bit, but still a good lap from him. Someone could invalidate, so he might not necessarily be last right this minute, as we've got Matthew Lamb in the M4 sliding out of Luffield there, coming on to the start of his lap.
So far we're in reverse order. So Kenya 1 currently sitting P1 was P10, so those who were in 8, 9, 10 have reversed their order, at least so far. He goes very close to the edge. That was nearly an invalidation. He's kept it on, so he has gone full commitment through the first turn.
Yeah, within micromillimeters of those track limits. Gets a good run through Beckett's, goes a little wide, might have hampered his straight line speed down the Hanger Straight.
It's very, very committed so far. It's looking good. All right, he's got a bit of breathing time and send it into the fast right-hander, get it in, try and touch the apex, get on the throttle. He would have had to be a bit delayed on the throttle because he just didn't quite get it turned through early enough before he got on that throttle, so he's just pitched out wide a little bit. May have been a tiny lift there. Gets it turned well. car's definitely not sliding around quite like the McLaren was. Yeah, gets it turned in, keeps it stable, keeps the speed up. Hard on the brakes. Gets it turned well, gets across to the right, gets on the brakes. He's going to hit the apex on the next one. He does. He gets it well. On the throttle. Down the Wellington straight.
It's looked like a pretty solid lap from Lamb. I thought he might have invalidated round turn 1, but kept it under control. Let's see what he's capable of pulling out. Whether rear end just sliding out a little bit might cost him a tenth or two there. He's kept it under control.
Does a bit of a V-line through Luffield.
Let's see what he can pull out. It's going to be a... Ooh, nearly on curl new one. It's got a 58.4.
So, now who was the first runner in the 57s for qualifying?
Well, Philippa was first, but...
No, as in, who's the... Oh no! He's kept it on track. That was not the start of the lap that Herbert would have wanted. Just get sideways. This is our other McLaren driver, so I'm getting the feeling that the McLaren just is not liking these cold, these low pressure tires, because look how unsteady that is through Maggots and Beckett's as well.
These tires will be cooked after that spin. The first person from the pro qualifying that was in the 57s was JP Sanika, so he's coming up next. So we'll have to keep an eye out for him, whether he can keep it in the 57s for the shootout as well. A little bit deep on braking, but pulls it up. McLaren is really not liking being pushed for that one lap. Maybe it was those cold tyres, and maybe it's just a low fuel to low setup problem, but he is pulling out all the stops to make the time up. Still probably going to be kicking himself a little bit, but has kept it going within track limits, which is good.
At least there's somewhere where the McLarens have a disadvantage. Is that the positive we can take from this? If 1.8 has managed to buff it a bit, at least it's managed to drag it back in at least one area.
Just ballast is the real issue with this car. It doesn't like ballast at all. It's been buffed on this patch ridiculously enough, but nothing like the M4 it goes really wide there. Keeps it on track though. Keep going down to the Wellington straight through to the final corner.
Herbert is wrestling with this car and he has the whole lap. It's really fighting against him. So final few corners now. Comes through, gets it turned in well. Doesn't get any oversteer. That was nice. Takes a bit of a V entry, so it goes a little bit wide in the middle. Takes the double apex approach. Gets on the throttle, so the car seems to be coming into its own towards the back of the lap, absolutely. But I think that first corner is going to cost him. He comes across the line. He is in P5, and he is. That looks like a 59.1 for his lap. He'll be a bit disappointed with that.
Now we're on to Jean-Pierre Sanikas, starting his lap for Kovacs Racing Purple. As he comes around turn 1, Bentley is on its own in terms of sector 1. It's very quick through there, just like it was on the old patch. So
eats that curve on the inside.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. He was the first driver into the 57s in terms of top drivers. I think everyone else after this did achieve the 57 in quali.
Have a look at it coming into Maggots and going through turn 1 as well. I think this has got to be the only car that can just completely floor over those curbs and not give it a single sideways glance.
What curbs?
What curb?
Yeah, pretty much.
I imagine the BMW is probably going to be somewhat similar here. So far, it's looking very clean. So he's just does not care whatsoever about it. He's got to care about these big curbs, but that's about it. So far, he's kept it steady. And judging by some of the other laps we've seen and how the cars have just been being wrestled with, steady might be all you really need here. He was the first man into the 57s. What do we think? Is he going to get into the 57s on this lap?
I think so. It's been pretty clean so far.
Yeah, it's been clean. Whether it's been quick, it's looked pretty quick. Oh, a little bit of a rough exit out of there. Didn't quite get the turn in for the exit, but looks like he's on for a good lap. 57's definitely possible. If he can pull them out in quali, he can do them in the shootout. That would put himself a good 3/10 clear of Kurniawan as he comes up to, a bit of a slide there through Brooklands. Now Luffield. Can he
Got to
get
have one.
yeah, everyone's got to have one by the looks of it. Gets it done though. Nice exit. I think this is going to be a 57. Look bloody quick.
Careful, the track limits in
56,
that final
57. Oh, 58. Oh, he just had that 57 roll from him. It's a good, solid lap though. A 10th and a half ahead of Kurniawan. Coming up now, Kinjanami in the M4.
Now that was a good lap. He kept it steady. He kept it tight. He's gotten 58.0. That is not a bad lap for a shootout, especially on the new patch. So this is our second of the BMW runners. Is this the M4 or the M6?
It's the M4.
Which is the new one, just to confuse
is.
things more. Okay, so now of the 4 BMWs we've got, have we got a mix of M4s and M6s in the shootout?
Yeah.
Excellent. Just to confuse things even more, and the logos are identical. Yeah, they couldn't have made our lives even just a little bit easier. All right, so far that was also very clean. So he hasn't had any rear. The rear's not trying to get away from him. Seems like these front engines are just really are liking it a little bit more. These one lap warming of tires. So far, so good. He seems to be able to attack the curbs as well, pretty similarly to the Bentley. So BMW is certainly holding its own here, and judging by the amount of top drivers that have chosen a BMW, I am taking a wild guess, a wild stab that the BMW is a pretty quick car overall here.
Yeah, well, I suppose you could say it's the meta car at the moment. We've seen the McLaren obviously dominate for a while now. But yeah, obviously it's a new car as well. Everyone wants to give it a go.
It is a bit.
The 80s and the Ferrari when that came out.
It is about time, and I mean, if the M6 is still getting a run and still pretty quick, so that's I'm very interested to see that people are choosing the M6 and not going for the new shiny toy. So this lap has been very clean so far. So Kijanami's done a really good job. So gets it straight out of the final corner, flowing it down to the line, hug the inside, but not too much. You don't want to go all the way over that and lose your time. Over the line.
Oh, wow.
That was a mega lap. 57.6. He has cleared the rest of the field by 4/10. That's an excellent lap.
But Andy Lawrenson, he is, as we know, from different SRO races and previous OR endurance races, he is not one to back down from a challenge. He's going to give this a red hot go in his Bentley. He just sends it round turn 1. All the curb, keeps it within track limits, only by a couple of millimetres. He's got to be that 57.6. That is definitely a target and a half to beat. Oh, is he?
Unsteady. I think he's tried to Bentley that curb and it hasn't worked out for him.
He's just taken a bit of the grass there, so that's going to have lost him a good 3 or 4/10.
Someone clipped that rare footage of a Bentley.
Yeah. Someone clipped that.
Alright, so far I think he's got his rhythm back. That may have, again, it might be something to do with that just less warm-up time than normal. So, that looked alright. He keeps it in second through there. Over that curb, a little bit of a correction there. He's not going to be, the car's not liking him. I wonder if the tire pressure is a little bit lower than he would have liked. Let's see how stable it is through here. This is always the telling corner. Nice and steady. Definitely nothing wrong with that. Again, it might be coming into its own at the end of the lap, so we'll see how well he can pull it up for these last 4 turns. Very nice so far. That's looking good. On to the Wellington Straight.
If he manages to beat Kinjanami with that tap of the curb, that just shows the sort of pace that Lionson could have had if he just millimetres in it with that curb.
My guess is that this might be a P2. That's my guess, but we're coming through the final turn now, and we'll see what it is as it crosses the line. My guess is going to be a high 57, but we'll see.
He puts it P3, 58.1.
He probably won't be very happy with that. He'll be upset that he about Maggots and Beckett's, but at least he held it on the track. It could be a lot worse.
Absolutely. Now we've got Zach James for the AV and Maximum Pace Racing collaboration. This team and this driver has just been shown so much pace. I think we're going to be in for something special here.
I think he was the first one as well to take that really wide late entry in the last corner to square it off, unless we missed out other people doing it.
Yeah, I think he was. He was the first driver to give Philippa Bakita a good run for her money, even though she managed to come out on top. Is just look at the car, a little bit wide. It is so planted though. No bull crap on the exits, as he would say. He is zinging on at the moment. He's just sending it down the straight. No need for 6th gear in this car because 5th is ridiculously long. Comes in for the braking zone so late into there. It's got really good brakes, this car. It's just nailed it through there. Coming through to the Vale chicane.
His lines are particularly excellent through here at the moment. He goes down to first. We saw the last BMW stay in second through there, so some slightly different approaches to how they tackle the Beamer. So far, it's looking like really clean laps. Zach James is really coming to his own.
Yeah, done well so far. Nice through Abbey using all of the track. This just looks clean and quick. He's got that 57.6 to beat. If he can get past that, he's guaranteed to be on the front row of the grid for the 12-hour tomorrow. Cannot wait to be commentating the start of that race. Make sure to tune in from the start of the race at 11 a.m. PM is ridiculous. AM Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Coming down the straight now.
Now, obviously, correct me if I'm wrong, but Zach James was a Pro-Am last season, wasn't he?
Yeah, Pro-Am in the
Sprint Series.
So
he
wide.
Oh, he's gone full commitment through there, but he is really showing his mettle now.
Oh yeah, he is absolutely on it. He has found some ridiculous pace in the past couple of days. I've been watching him practice and hearing what he's had to say about the setup. Is it going to be enough for... Oh,
57.7.
So he's guaranteed for that second row of the grid. Unless there's a mistake from Bakita. But here we go. This is going to be something special. So everybody keep an eye on this. This is going to be something special. As Philippa goes around turn 1. Yeah, no pressure. That is so planted.
Don't want to jinx it. There's usually one driver that validates their lap in the shootout.
And at Mazzano, it was Philippa. So, things can happen. Not to try and curse Philippa on her lap, because she's had that is already a great first few corners. Looking very solid, very planted. No rear end chasing her. So that's what you want to see through the first sector. Very deep on the brakes, gets it turned in, hits the apex on the throttle. Yeah, it's looking quick.
Yeah, just absolutely throwing that car in, giving it everything it's got through Vale. Does well, keeps it planted. That thing is definitely on edge. Just uses as much of the curb as possible without touching that sausage curb.
Much more aggressive through the Vale chicane than some other drivers on the steering, so that was very cheeky.
That was
an early
wow.
turn in.
Yeah,
All the curb and then some.
Yeah, that was, I think that was a bit just on the edge of the track invalidation, but gets it pulled up. Ooh, just a little bit rough through there, but we know what she's capable of down to the Wellington straight. This thing is stupidly quick on the straight, so have to use all of that straight line to get down. Let's see what she can do.
Oh, it's a little bit unsteady. Now, Kijinami is currently guaranteed he's guaranteed to be on the front row of the grid, but is it going to be P1? Is it going to be P2? Zach James, is he going to be able to hang on? What is Philippa's lap going to be? Coming across the line.
Yeah, wow.
57.2, sorry.
Wow.
3.5 tenths better than the rest of the field. That was a mega lap.
That was something special. That was... I told everyone to keep watching. That is Yeah, TC off. Deserves to do all the drift she wants. That is a stellar lap. That's just shows the pace that she's got. Didn't, of course, you see there, didn't quite nail it in the last sector there. If she had her, she probably would have had a 57.1, but doesn't matter. She's on pole, and that's just, you can't ask for anything better.
Bakita and Kijinami are going to start from the front row of the grid tomorrow. Zach James and JP are, well, the Sonicus brothers and Johnson.
Which one of them?
In the car. Yeah, that's right. Both JP was who did the shootout tonight. So they are going to be starting on the second row of the grid. Lawrenson and Kaniawan is going to be the third row. Lamb, Karud, Smith, and Herbert are the back end of the top 10. What a great qualifying.
And there you go,
Yeah.
just in chat, Diabolz has been keeping track of everyone's predictions. He has won the closest to the pin competition. He was only 5 thousandths off predicting what Philippa's time would be.
That's incredible. Excellent. Nice work.
Yeah, what a lap. So the top 3 drivers will go out and form up on the track to get a photo for all the social medias. Just waiting for Kijinami to make his way out.
So just very quickly jumping in. Thank you very much, Dan Hunter for the $50 and David Thornton for the $20. Very much appreciated for the donations, guys. Thank you.
Can somebody inform Zach James that third's meant to be on the left, not the right?
Oh, it's fine. He's too busy flashing his lights. You know what? From a driver who competed as a pro-am in the sprint series this year, he has just shot up. He's just gotten third position in a shootout. And we know how competitive these shootouts are. There are a lot of great drivers in this field. There we go. Finally joined by Kijinami. Big congratulations to these three. That was great effort. And this was our first shootout in the 1.8. So it is a whole new beast to tame with these new tire pressure models. So they have done very well to get their cars in a position where they can set one strong lap after only one out lap.
Yeah, it's simply incredible. Cannot wait to see the drivers tomorrow on the start of the race and throughout the whole 12-hour race. As we see there, Philippa Bakita taking pole, Kijinami there in second, and Zach James there for third. What a performance from everybody in the top 10. It has been absolutely incredible to watch.
Also, thank you very much to Bullermeister for the $10. Much appreciated, my friend.
Just seeing the cars go around. Some nice liveries there, I must say.
We got a favorite livery of the three?
I think Kijinami's is, or Kijinami's, apologies, quite nice. The grey and the black, sort of two-tone.
They're all quite good, to be honest. I think I like Zach James's.
Yeah, I was
the
gonna
gold
say.
with the blue.
Yeah, I've got to say I'm a bit of a fan of the. Is it a blue? Or is it a black and gold?
It's blue.
Deep blue, is it? Yeah, it does look. Oh yeah, it does look quite nice.
Well,
and then,
yeah, go on.
Philippa going for the very sort of standard BMW colours.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the blue and the white there. Not a lot of livery selections for the BMW, the M6, but you know they'll work with what they've got.
Well,
Now, are these are all M4s? Is that right? These ones?
Philippa's the
Philippa's
M6.
the M6.
Philippa's in the M6. Everyone else in the M4.
I think there's a couple of other M6s. It was just the team's choice to change.
So you can tell by looking at the grille from the front on the shape.
Yes. Yep.
Quite distinctly different.
Was it who was the other one? Was it Lamb or was it Lawrenson or something who was in Lawrenson in the Bentley. Lamb also in the M6. Could be wrong. It's fine. We'll see tomorrow. Yeah, those McLarens didn't look too steady tonight, and at Silverstone that's saying something because this has normally been a track that the McLarens absolutely dominate on.
Yeah, a little bit surprising, but you know, it is the shootout. You only get one lap and maybe just as you're saying, the tyres, the new model on 1.8, that just affects it a little bit more. Where the Beamer's a bit more stable, maybe to
Yeah,
generate a bit more
absolutely.
tyre heat, they can take the curbs a bit better, and that's the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think it's time. I think we're going to just have a quick look at those times again before we head off from the stream. I'm sure we'll see them there. So, Bokita took it out with 57.2. Kijinami, great lap there with a 57.6, followed by Zach James there, 57.7. Sanika snuck in P4 with a 58.0. Lawrenson there with a 58.1. Kerniawan with a 58.2. The times were so close. Lamb with a 58.4. Carew with the 58.5. Smithy with the 58.6. And then Herbert with that unfortunate incident round 10-1 in his McLaren with the 59.1 there.
That is a great top 10, and this is going to be the final race of the year, I believe, for Octane Online Racing. So
Yes.
come and join us tomorrow for a whole lot of action. 12 hours at Silverstone.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think it's time that we head off. We all go to bed because we've got to get up early tomorrow for the 12-hour. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining us. Make sure to tune in tomorrow from 10:45 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. That is when the stream goes live for the race. I cannot wait to see everybody there. Thank you to Bender and Samwise for joining us in the comms box this evening.
Thanks, Hobbsy. It's been a pleasure.
All right, thanks for having us. Also, thanks to Greenie and was it Tom who joined us earlier?
Yep. Tom
Thank you
Riley.
very much. And last plug for the raffle tickets, get in the Discord, get on them because the prizes will be drawn tomorrow at the conclusion of the race. $10 a pop. Got to be in it to win it. Don't miss out.
Absolutely. It'll be drawn at the end of the race. There are the prizes there. I'm not going to bother reading them again because that's a lot of effort. Make sure to tune in for the whole race. Buy your tickets. You've got just under 24 hours left to buy them before it is drawn at the end of the race tomorrow. But for now, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you all tomorrow.
Have a good night. Catch you later.
Thanks, everyone.